not going to be necessarily all that important. Like it'll probably it'll be a Darkin Kane likely too. They need to, if they have two brawlers like an Aatrox and the Darkin Kane, maybe getting on top of some of those squishes.
As we fly over the map, I actually like King. Rationale behind it is you've got a very brawl-heavy composition, right? Yeah. Everyone here wants to brawl. King loves to brawl. Allows him to transform a lot faster. I feel like the early and mid-game, the onus is going to be on Climax here to get these fights going.
Let's see here as we take our nice flyby. Get ourselves a nice view. Climax on your blue side. Pathfinder on the red. To start things off. Just taking a peek here. Nothing looking too out of the ordinary as far as rune setup goes. Pretty standard. See here if Climax wants to try and make a quick little
Quan?
invade on Wicked.
Just PSA, Quan, you're not in the brush. Quan!
Quan.
You're not in the brush.
Wait,
Get in the brush.
How is Desmond in the brush then?
Yeah, but Quan's not.
How?
Alright?
What? But Desmond's a what?
Look, Spaghetti Code, don't question. Quan, get in the brush.
He's hiding. What are you talking about?
Get in.
He's like Drax, all right? If he keeps still, no one will see him.
Okay, now they're all out of the brush. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, Wicked now sees him, unfortunately. That's good timing, too, though. That lets them take away the Raptor cap.
So starting the game with counter jumping, Desmond is spotted out by a wall. That's a nice proactive move. You can see that that's kind of what they need to do. Take the fight to Zac. Zac's not going to be able to draw Kane very early on, so they're going to want to try and take the fight to Zac. Really nice practice play. Late invade coming in. Despite the fact that Quan wasn't in the brush, still able to get it done.
See, he was standing so still, he wasn't even seen. That's the secret there. Wicked, though, is going to try and respond. Is spotted out here on a ward, so I'm interested to see if Silas can maybe push in, possibly get priority, maybe collapse.
Quan's coming over. Look at it. Silas already was able to push in. Now Wicked has to back away.
So trying to at least even this one out, but Joker was aimed. That actually gets a flash, too. I don't think he had a cooldown. I think he could have waited for it. All right. This ain't going too well for Wicked.
No, not at all. Wicked's been happy for you. He went straight. He was stopped at his Raptor camp once, and he was stopped at the opponent's Raptor camp the next time. He's going to get 3 buff. He's wasted a lot of time. Really good early game coming out from Climax. They use the fact that they have brawl-heavy champions that are happy to fight early on against a weak jungler. Kind of reminds me of what, Gragas used to do to Zac a couple of seasons ago. He just wouldn't be able to jungle very early on because Gragas would just dominate the jungle.
Joker. Time to wait here for some cooldowns to pop back up. Got Bond in there. Get some damage on Ping. Keeps going here. Gets the stun. Ping. No Ignite available for Joker, though, so can't go for the kill. Ping, taking some damage still. That's still not leveled up enough to do a lot from the base stats.
Joker's just sacrificed about 5 minions to go for that trade.
He's greedy, boy.
Greedy, but it pays off when he pings down very low. It's an Ignite against Teleport matchup, so Joker always going to be happy with these trades, because now, when he goes back to base, he can teleport back in if he wants to, whereas Ping is going to be forced to run back into lane. So unless Zac comes in to help out, he's going to lose an CS vote, which is exactly what Wicked's going to try and do.
Wicked, slingshot, readied up. Joker sees this one out. Able to dodge away from the Q. Nicely.
Very nice. I can say, meanwhile, in the top lane, it's up. Doing well against Quan at the moment. Holding this wave. I mean, very even to start the match. Now that Fiora's got a couple of levels, he's got the riposte available. Able to just hold this wave in the matchup, too.
That's been just everywhere on the map. Still hasn't even done his own blue, but he's, with all this counter jungler coming in and the amount of time Wicked wasted too, starting to fall a little bit behind in the farm game. That is with Desmond actually backing too. He's ahead like that.
3 vitals. Take that.
Again? Oh, how?
The riposte is just brutal against Aatrox. Similar reason why it's brutal against someone like Nautilus. Nautilus does well in the matchup against Fiora, but when you auto-attack Fiora for the first time, you just instantly riposte, and you immediately get the stun back. Bingo. That's just disgusting.
Joker!
No, it's not Joker. That's just Silas being an absolute disgusting POS champion. Like, what? You just
He's even taken away.
Juggling against Wicked.
Wicked gets the safety here. He's a small Zac now.
This champion's not okay. That you're not meant to be allowed to do that. But Again, riposte, because the pullback coming in from Aatrox is guaranteed when you're inside the field zone, you can riposte it so you don't get pulled back. So you immediately get the counter stun. It's an unfortunate thing that now a part of Aatrox's kit cannot be used in this matchup against Fiora.
A little bit of rough time up there for the top lane of Climax. Everywhere else, though, looking just fine. A little bit of a CS gap starting to form in that bot lane, but nothing too critical. Quan wants to try and go back here, but still has to wait for this minion wave to push back.
And Tup's already been able to sneak it back in as well. Oh no.
Top, he's thinking about it.
If that Vital went towards the top side, Quan would be dead. Tup decided not to risk the dive. But look at that. Tup didn't have to use teleport. He was able to push the wave in, walk back to lane with the Tiamat. Now he's controlling the wave against Quan. Quan's going to be forced to use teleport. Massive advantage top side map because there's a teleport play available for Fiora now.
And going to be still able to soak up some of these minions. Push comes out from Joker once again. Already used that teleport. He's going to end up going back. Quan does have level 6 now, though. With no teleport like you mentioned, so if they want to try and go for a play here, possibly a bot lane. Potentiality for that. Wicked still clearing out his jungle. Haven't seen much of him. He's forced to be a little bit shut down. Still only level 4 at this point.
Yeah, Wicked's been put down quite a bit by Desmond. 44 CS in the jungle to 28. Tiamat early being picked up here by Desmond, making it so that he continues to power farm through the jungle, keep a lot of pressure on Wicked. This means Desmond's going to get an earlier transform because he can duel a lot more. On top of it, he gets a level advantage. Wicked's further behind. And remember, Climax want to duel. They want to skirmish. With Desmond being ahead means they can have priority during these skirmishes, whereas Wicked being behind means even when he initiates, he has to be careful. He's low, he doesn't have enough hit points, doesn't have the right items, not high enough level. Needs to constantly be careful. This puts the ball in Climax's court, and Wicked's just a sitting duck for the moment. There's nothing that Pathfinder can proactively do while he's so far behind.
On top of that, too, because Joker is putting so much of a threat in that mid lane, able to roam up there, even when that ward was being cleared out. We saw the Fiora start to path down on that mini-map. Crow's taking some damage, but still, even with the Fiora starting to be missing, instant roam coming out from Joker, just in case Desmond was going to get collapsed on. Crone's taking a little bit damage there from the turret. Just getting a little aggressive.
Toss.
Oh, nope.
Nope, just slides out of the DMs real quick.
Says, I'll message you later.
Oh, that's what you want to see as a top laner.
Oh.
You just take a trip down the river, you clear all the plants, you put a ward down, and you get the honey fruit. Aatrox going to be like, great, knocked him out of lane, and comes back to full health again.
You're going to be like, what?
Well, that's not Garen.
Nicely done there. Gold pretty even across the board still. No kills, no towers really being pressured just yet. A quiet early game. To be expected. A lot of these lanes are waiting for that jungle intervention to start coming on through, and level 6 has been hit by Wicked now, so really can start trying to make some plays possibly.
Strange part of that to me is you mentioned even gold. How is that possible at the moment? Because it's a 65 to 41 CS lead in favor of Kane.
Well,
nowhere else in the map has a really large lead.
It's a 10 lead for a top. He's still pressure in there.
10 CS lead isn't that so
You got 6 or so down in that bot lane. The Braum also gets the bonus gold from Relic.
Yeah, it's up. Fair enough. But still, Zach's very weak at the moment. He's not being able to get any of these ganks going.
He's trying.
Kane's close by.
Oh, that's going to be a flash on forward. Able to avoid it, though, with the Arcane Shift. Wicked needs to get in range. The stun's going to land. Can they finish off Raids, though? The Quickening comes through, and now trying to do what they can. Desmond able to join in on top. Able to go flash on forward just within reach. Needs to get one more there. Flash coming in from the Rakan. Knockup's also going to be there, and they're able to trade on back. Desmond's going to love all those orbs. Ping is nearby to the side, but no one's really in lethal range.
Yeah, slight mistake coming from Desmond. He backed away from that bottom lane a bit early, which means that when the fight actually came through, he wasn't there to help out. So good gank coming up for Wicked, gets him a kill, but the return, Desmond runs straight back down bottom lane. He's able to help out his team, and you can see the brawl power. He's 2-on-3, and he's able to take those fights cleanly.
On top of that, too, we saw picked up a lot of orbs, so that'll help him get closer to the transformation. A lot of it was range, though, I do believe, so don't know if he'll go for Shadow Assassin. More or less the time we do see the Darken when it comes to competitive play. It just offers a little bit more.
Please do not go Shadow Assassin.
Well, come on, don't you want your solo queue Kane coming into your LST?
No, thank you. I enjoy my LSC the way it is right now, which is a dash to solo queue, not full solo queue. Alright? The dash is fine, we don't need the full.
Cloud Drake going to be started here by Desmond. He'll be able to go into that wall if he needs to help too. Real no threat for Wicked. He's up clearing out his jungle, so all while pretty good. Cloud Drake going on.
Even getting a little bit of help coming in from Silent Setter. Make sure they drag it down. But good control of the match coming out for Climax. Again, a lot of the emphasis is going to be on Kane. He needs to transform as soon as possible. And his window to keep Wicked down, it's going to be active for probably 9 more minutes. Until 20-minute mark is where Wicked's going to be forced to farm as much as possible inside his own jungle. Stay as safe as possible. Look for these unorthodox ganks with the long elastic slingshot. Desmond needs to keep up this pressure. He needs to continue to quickly farm through his jungle and then look for either where Zack's going to gank or try and force a brawl that forces Zack to respond.
See, first pickup in the bot lane. It's going to be the Storm Razor coming out from Crohn's. On the Kaisa, we also got the Iceborne Gauntlet coming out from Reigns.
No tier yet.
Yeah, no tier. Opting to rush into a full Iceborne. That's even with magical boots, too.
Straight Iceborne rush, but no tier being picked up yet by Reigns. So tier's going to sack a bit slow. It's not crazy bad for him, but just a little bit weird. You normally see people always go for the tier first.
See here?
BM. That's just BM. Let him farm his cannon. Come on.
Let's get a little bit of poke here and there. The Iceborne. Going to be opting to try and kite back during some of these fights early to see if Pathfinder tries to go for a heavy engage like we saw. See, Joker's going to go ahead, clear out the wards once again, head back to the lane, and all is calm on them.
Nothing much happening at the moment, though. So at least the question of what's next. Right now, I feel that Climax have a small lead on the game. Again, it's going to come down to these jungle ganks.
Coming on over, Wicked, not able to connect there. Desmond is nearby. True Shot Barrage is just going to cut Wicked down a little bit, but not a whole lot.
I feel like the right move there would be when Zack starts flying in like that. Keen, you go in. You just initiate
You get the
fight
knockout
yourself.
right away.
You look for the fight, and then you call Silas in instead. Pain in instead. Because Kate was waiting in the wings. That was a free fight for them. But they let Wicked back away. So again, I think it's going to be a bit of a stalemate. There's no objectives really to take. I'd like to see Desmond start clearing out the bottom side of the map. I'll make a play down here and immediately start looking towards the Rift Turtle. That's a good place for them to force a fight.
Desmond going to head on back to the base, completes his warrior enchantment as well. Gets a little bit of that cooldown reduction and some more attack damage, along with that Tiamat. Up in top lane, it's going to be the Hydra completed for attack.
The warrior enchantment is probably the best jungle item to upgrade. Its efficiency as its components in comparison to its upgrade. It has the best upgrade efficiency based on the amount of gold you spend for it in League of Legends right now. Last time I checked, that was true. I'm not sure about now, but I'm pretty sure it's still true. Don't at me. Whereas now Fiora with the Ravenous Hydra, she's now got lifesteal. So
He
she's
went
gonna
Shadow
save forever.
Assassin.
Oh no.
We'll see. Cave gets a little bit caught out, but he's Rakan. But going back, yeah, Desmond, he went Shadow Assassin.
Get this man out of my game.
So they don't have they only have to rely now on this Aatrox, and that's going to be up to Desmond to try and get in the back line of these fights, assassinate the Kaisa or the LeBlanc, but we'll have to see if it's able to ring true. Jumping on over, and they get the nice knockback. Try and do what they can. Desmond gets into the ultimate before he goes on down. He's going to try and finish off the kill. It won't matter, and he gets taken out there. A bit of an overplay coming out from Climax.
Opal, why is he Shadow Assassin? Imagine if he was Red King.
He get the knock up, he would survive.
But yeah, to be fair to him, he probably wouldn't be able to transform the Red Cane for a while, so it doesn't matter. The play wouldn't be able to work, but still, why is he Shadow Assassin? There's no tank on this lineup. He's got pure Assassin.
We'll have to see for Climax. Nice chain there coming out from Bond. We'll get some damage. Let's check back on this matchup for a while. It's been Joker just pushing in the wave.
Over and over and over and poking at the turret and pushing and pushing. what I was trying to talk about before is now that Fiora has Ravenous Hydra, she has great sustain as well as wave to the top side. Quans is not going to be able to win this matchup anymore. Fiora is just going to constantly push this one in, and if Quans ever tries to fight her, she's going to win that matchup, hands down. So now Climax went from having a lane they could potentially brawl with to a lost lane. Top lane's lost. So they're banking really heavily on Sylas now. Sylas and bot lane are still winning their lanes fairly well. I mean, yes, Kai'Sa is ahead in the bottom side map, but it is an Ezreal. He's going to be perfectly fine. But for Desmond, where does he attack now? He's got Shadow Assassin. He can continue to counter jungle against Wicked, but it just feels like that window of opportunity is running out. Remember, I said 20 minutes is when he's going to not be able to force these fights anymore.
And that's when he had tools if he went the Darkened form as well.
Exactly.
So with Shadow Assassin, you kind of cut that time in half.
Oh, Desmond.
Oh, no. It's fine.
So he needs to try and take a Rift Herald here. Needs to try and force another skirmish for himself that's not underneath their turret. And look for the play. They're being sneaky against Ray here.
Ray, able to use their Arcane Shift away. Concussive Blow's going to land. That's going to be the Killer Instinct coming out here. True Shot Barrage going to be intercepted there by Winter. Nicely done. Ray goes down to about 300 health, but does survive. Ended up using the Flash, though, so that is the Summoner down.
Really nice coming out from Crohn's there. Good proactive play to dash forward, get the passive proc on towards Ezreal. Winter, just hitting those Winter bites as well. Really nice. But, yeah, now Ezreal's knocked down a lane. He could have a free lane to farm. He's going to get a teleport back in, sorry. But during that time, we saw Joko try to rotate down towards the bottom side of the map. That relieves some pressure for Ping. Again, teleport into Ignite matchup. Mesa LeBlanc needs to, needs to pick and choose his windows wisely to go back to base. Does so when she picks up the looted Zeko. She's going to rotate straight back towards the lane. Turret is fairly low on her side. Has to protect it.
Oh, no.
No, not again.
Gets a little bit caught out here. Wicked wants to go for a play. Q's not going to connect, but here comes a re-engage. That's going to be a double teleport coming on through. And Joker just rips through the back line, taking down the Kai'Sa. Aatrox joins the fight on top of it. That's going to be a double kill going on over to Quad.
Poor Bobs.
Oh, that's what happened. It was a double teleport on the minion.
Yep.
I was wondering, I was like, why is the Aatrox also here?
Oh my goodness. So, remember how we said that window to find a fight? They found it. It wasn't a fight they found. It was gifted to them on a silver platter. Because Pathfinder decided to, you're going to try and poke out Ezra as he comes back in again. Ezra Arcane shifts away. And Pathfinder's first response is not great. We got some good damage. It was, let's push for the kill. This is way too far. You don't need me this far forward. What the heck are you doing? Oh man, that hurts.
Nothing you can do there, too. Both teleports were committed, and Pathfinder, well, they've had to find their way back home, and also the Zac gets cleaned up. So nicely done there by Climax. That will give them a 2,000 gold lead. The Cup, though, wants to try and get a little bit that back with the first brick.
The problem is they didn't get much for it. They got an Ocean Dragon. Nice. But Pathfinder respawn, or a top stays bot lane, takes a turret for himself. First turret of the match. Meanwhile, Pathfinder also proactively rotate the AD carry and support towards top side of map. Means that they're going to be in the matchup against Aatrox. Kane's not going to like that. He wants to start getting these balls going because there's not much of a window left for them to scale against Pathfinder. For them to shut down Pathfinder before they start scaling. Wicked's getting to a point where the gold difference between him and Kane, that 1,500 gold, doesn't matter too much anymore. Because he's going to be a tanky boy, tanky green man. He's going to blob around everywhere and just start smacking people with rubber hands. He's not going to care how much damage you do to him because he's a tank. Whereas Fiora's getting further and further ahead, can continue to split push, can continue to push for these objectives, and slowly this composition that Seal Climax put together is going to start to fall apart.
Let's see here. That's going to be Man-Immune starting to be stacked here as well for Raze after getting some of that gold back, finishing the Ninja Tabbies as well. Protobelt was there for Joker a little bit earlier.
I'd really like the position Climax doing right now if that was Dark and Kane. But it's not. He's gone full Shadow Assassin. I think that if you're tank against tank, you're that far ahead of a Zac. Dark and Kane does so well into Zac.
And then just still kills the squishies.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable. But Desmond going towards the Shadow Kane, he must really have something up his sleeve. He must be looking to try and get an assassination going.
We'll see here, sitting at 0, 1, and 3. Also running Dark Harvest, so needs to get into more fights. That scales up later into the game. Pathfinder also looking for a back here. They're sitting on about 2,000 gold here for a top, so
one small thing to remember as well is later in the match, Pathfinder going to look to split push with Fiora. Now, that normally is a great thing for the Fiora, but if you look at the side of Climax, they have 3 teleports. So 2 people from the combination of Aatrox, Silas, or Ezreal can gank Fiora, kill her, and they still have Baron pressure because they can still double teleport in towards the Baron. That's 2 out of 3 options as well. Lots of ways to deal with a split pushing threat. I feel like they're just hoping that their 4-on-4 is better than Pathfinder's 4-on-4, which sadly I don't think is true.
Let's see here. Climax are going to get themselves their first turret of the match, that mid lane, so they can break that open, get the ward line a little into the jungle. So it's nicely done. Joker and Desmond have been really good as a duo, actually, so far. Like, we haven't seen it a whole lot, but it's been every time Desmond goes for any kind of pressure, Joker always follows.
This is really nice rotation coming out from Desmond. You know, take mid lane turret, open up the map, now go and take the jungle objectives away. Take away red buff, cheat towards top side, threaten the dive. That was a good play for Climax. He just took 3 big objectives just by rotating from mid to top.
Well, bot lane, a little bit of skirmish there between Quan and Tup, and Tup's starting to get a little bit of the, he's starting to really push that advantage. Came back into lane with the Trinity Force completed.
But to me during that time was, where was Pathfinder? There was no wards on their red buff. Why is that? There's no Zac rotating to defend top lane. They give up a free full health turret to Ezreal. No reason to. They fall a little bit behind. Sure, they might be just sacrificing objectives, but I feel like there was an opportunity there to start turning things around. Especially with Fiora committing so much pressure bot lane. Aatrox can't join. He's got no teleport. Perfect time to try and stop the pressure that they can create top side of the map.
I'm going to go ahead, clear out the control ward. They try and reestablish themselves. We also have another dragon joining us in 45 seconds. Stimmen just continuing to just clear out the jungle of Wicked. Really just power farming on this game. Lots of defense wards also coming out from Pathfinder, though, toward that top side that weren't cleared out by Climax when they went out.
3 vision control wards on the top side, 1 towards the bottom side blue buff. All the vision is being focused right now from Climax is on the blue side of Pathfinder's jungle, trying to find a way into that jungle. Looking to attack the bottom lane outer turret. Final turret left to take down. Also setting up for the potential dragon that's coming up now. Setting up to see if they can make a play for the dragon themselves.
Crone's also now finishing up on the Rage Blade, so that Kai'Sa's starting to hit a bit of a power spike. Like to see likely the Runans also come out, and then she'll be feeling very comfortable when it comes to these fights. Raze still can stack up. It looks like it's going to be a Bork as a third item there for the Ezreal.
No more double tier means Bork is the way to go. Get that Blade of the Ring thing going. Just a nice bit of damage. Sneaky.
He's been trying to go over with the Shadow Walk. Is spot out immediately, and that forces Wicked to have to use the Smite. So that won't be available. There is a Dragon, and that's going to be a Mountain Drake. So Climax hasn't been able to stack any of the Elemental Drakes. They've just been getting 1 each so far. But still opting to go for that pressure and take the one objective they feel comfortable taking on them.
I think this is the right play from Pathfinder. They need to scale up a bit more. They really want Kai'Sa to get that Runan's Hurricane. They really want Zac to get his first couple of defensive / utility items. And just let a Tup do what a Tup does best. Hit these turrets, equalize the gold lead from the turrets, and slowly split push for Pathfinder instead. Really nice. Patient play for Pathfinder.
That's tower, though, taken in the bot lane. Raze able to get back to safety. Can't avoid the Q, though. And that's that damage finally coming out from Ping. Raze uses the true shot. He could have escaped.
Ignite was sticky. He died to Ignite. Nice play from Pathfinder. They catch Ezreal out. That's something that's very difficult to do. I feel like Raze could have escaped if he shifted and flashed a bit earlier. He was trying to hold on to his flash there. Nice play from Pathfinder, catching out Ezreal. You take those. You take those.
They might be taking a little bit more here. Wicked's able to find him once again. Desmond, using the ultimate, is able to escape there. Can he get to safety? He is able to. Now Quan wants to go for this re-engage. Redemption's also going to come on in, give them some health, and that's going to force Winter to have to go into the stopwatch, and the support's going to go down.
Yeah, I feel like a couple players messed up there. Wicked trying to kidnap Kane while he's in his ultimate.
Top lane, though.
Top lane, Tup's just going to keep hitting this turret. He'll be able to get this one down. Aatrox might be able to fight through this. Tup does a good job. He realizes that his job is not to join these fights, but can he get away?
Top. Spotted out here by the Aatrox. Going to get knocked up. Chain comes out. Grand Challenge is also there and looking to finish it off as Desmond also jumps on forward. Respite able to do a little bit more, but won't be enough. He's lasted a long time, though. He's wasting time. Meanwhile, though, that mid lane tower was taken.
Yeah, Tup was trying to do what he can to stay alive there. I think he did the right thing of ignoring the fight, taking the turret, but I think he should have backed away a bit earlier. Now Climax, they have to try and take this Baron 4 on 5. Pathfinder not in a good spot to try and contest this.
29 seconds on the Fiora. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and give it up. Oh, Seeker saw it, but it was a little too late. So nice job there from Climax. They rushed down the Baron.
There you go. They make one play or capitalize on one misplay, and suddenly Climax turn this one out. That's what you want to see.
Drop Barrage came on through, but still that tower will fall, at least for Pathfinder. So for Climax, they'll be able to reset. Still 4-4 as the tower numbers go, and it's only a 4,000 gold lead for Climax. So let's see what they can do now with this Baron buff.
What I want to see Climax do is attack the final inner turrets. Take top lane inner, take bottom lane inner, and then start to, you know, split up mid lane and one of the side lanes to take down the inhibitor turrets.
Also see some items coming back as well. You got Zonia is now completed for the Silas. You got Bork onto Raze. Dustblade for Desmond, so it is full damage coming out there.
Big Shadow Wizard Hat Kane.
Shadow, what?
He wears a wizard hat when he goes Blue Kane.
Oh,
On his
does
normal
it?
skin.
Yeah, not on this skin.
Yeah,
He's
this-
a face.
This one is just decked out on Yeezys. Kanye would be happy. Bottom lane inner turret's taken down there.
Well, Raze
went forward. He was like, I'm going to fight this.
Yeah. He does have his tier item now fully stacked as well.
He was ready for a good old biff. LeBlanc now very low, forced to go back to base.
They have 4 members here. Winter's going to put up the Unbreakable Shield. Try to do what they can. Engage from the Rakan, though. Comes on in, and the True Shot Barrage will find it. Oh, no. Desmond went for a ride and brought him all the way through. That's going to force the Zac to go into the passive, but that's a double kill for this Kane. They're going to go ahead and finish it off. Triple kill for the Shadow Assassin.
You know what, Opal? I didn't like the Shadow Assassin.
But if it works like this...
Yeah, he's stomping people, so he's
I
just
think
showing me right now that my analysis is absolutely incorrect.
they're going to try and do what they can, and they actually stole away the Zac ultimate. With this, I think this is going to be the end here. 11-3, Climax. All it took was one good engage, and they're able to take him down. Okay. That's how you close out a game. That was quick.
It was decisive. It looked like Pathfinder were getting into the stage where they could fight back.
They're getting into the groove.
Yeah, the pick onto Ezreal was really nice in the mid lane. I think they tried to press the issue a little bit too much on the follow-up pick. Didn't work out. They made a few micro mistakes which cost them Brom's life. And then a top died top lane, and then it all started crumbling down. The Baron push there, I think LeBlanc going in for the pick was... It was okay, but Ezreal made the right call instead of just backing away. Ezreal Arcane shifted forward, got the Blade of the Ruin King proc to LeBlanc, forced her out. And then suddenly, where's the rest of the team? You got everyone mid lane with Baron buff, but it's just Braum and Kai'Sa there. You need to get more people there. If not, Rakan just does Rakan things.
Yeah. Just uses the quickness. Easily done.
Easy push for the very end there from Climax. It looked like it was a bit of a back and forth to begin with, but Climax showing to have no trouble cleaning up the game.
Yeah, and with that Baron buff too, you know, you get 2 or 3 picks at that base. Like, even if it's 27 minutes, it's an easy take. They were able to close it out. It was very decisive. Like, Climax, right when they saw that open opportunity, they take it, close out the game, move on, and now they're 3-0.
And I think you're going to give... man, who do you give MVP to? Do you give it to Kane for counter juggling? Do you give it to Rakan for that final engage?
I feel like Desmond, because he applied so much pressure, we didn't see Wicked all that much.
Yeah, I think Desmond. I
Yeah.
think Desmond
Even
does
if
get
it was Shadow Assassin, which in the end got triple kill, I can't argue. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last fight.
Woo! Okay, shift forward.
Woo!
And then from here, you're like, all right, team, where's Zac?
He's at
Why
the
is
bot
Zac
lane.
bot lane? No, why is Zac bot lane? I know he's bot, but why is he bot?
A Tup is trying to get into a place to teleport.
Oh, man.
But, oh.
That is just a team communication error. Wicked is low as well. Why is Wicked, one, why is Wicked low? And two, Where the heck's the rest of the team?
Oh, it's because the Tough actually went for a full back, decided not to use the teleport.
I mean, that aside, like this is a top, right? That's fine. We don't care about that one. All right. This is Wicked. What's going on here? Why is he half hit points? All right. Why is he half hit points? All right. And then top lane. Like, why don't you go back to your fountain, and then you come back as a full piece of paper, and then you're full health. Like, what's going on? Why can't you do that? And then Brom's sitting there like, I can only hold the shield for so long. And Rakan's like inching forward, waiting for the shield to drop. As soon as the shield goes down, jumps in. It's free initiation, no Zac, easy play to make. I feel like the communication from Pathfinder just broke down at the very end after they did quite a bit to stay in that match against the early game composition that Climax had.
Yeah.
But this is Wicked, all right?
It was your stats page.
I don't care. Don't need stats.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Irrelevant.
All right. We'll see here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our post-game stats. Climax, pretty decisive victory. A Tough tried to do what they could. But other than that,
Watch the MVP go to Ezreal, by the way. Watch
it
Ezreal
better
just get it.
not. I will come into that production room.
It's going to go to Kane.
It should go
I
to
think it was a
Desmond.
big initiation coming from Rakan at very end. He had a few nice fights as well, but it was set up by Kane. He was the one that countered jungled against Zac so much. 2.8k damage coming out from Zac. Come on, you shut him down tremendously well. Very good shutdown coming out from
Like, that's maybe the 3 or 4 fights. So,
Edgy
Desmond,
boy.
Edgy boy, the Darkin, able to go ahead and pick up our man of the match with a 8 KDA, 57% kill participation, and just a really good counter jungling. Lots of pressure coming
I mean,
out.
he started the game nice and strong in order to counter jungle very well. So it looked like he was starting to, you know, lose a bit of power, lose a bit of pressure. Hats off to them. They found another way to break open and attack the game. So very well played.
Yeah, it was very nicely done by them. So Climax are going to go ahead and finish their first week with a 3-0 record. All they need is pretty much one win, and they're going to be feeling pretty at the top of the standings when it comes to the group. It's Group B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Group B.
Very happy about that for Climax. I mean, now Pathfinder have to go back. You know, they're 1-2. Bob and Friend probably will go 2-1, depends on how they go against Destro. But they're 1-2 right now. Pathfinder, they had a couple of good games as well. Like, it's sad to see how Pathfinder, you know, they played well, I believe, against Climax. They had an opportunity to win, but couldn't quite find it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we come back, it's going to be our 4th match of the night between Curran Gaming and Sigma Rebirth. Don't go anywhere. C-Tour will be right back.